because we need to talk about this wedding. And known many as Badass Boss has married Keely Watson in Ghana. And if you love African fashion, Kente, luxury, and celebrity style, this wedding deserves your attention. Because this wasn't simply a beautiful celebrity wedding. This was Ghanaian culture taking center stage. Welcome back to Nora Style Magazine, where fashion meets confidence, culture, and inspiration. Today we are looking at the incredible fashion from Bozoma Saint. Boz and Keely together, the Ghanaian wedding. They married on August 21st, 2026 in Accra, Ghana. And the celebrity took place at the residence of the former Ghanaian president, Nana Akufo-Addo. This wasn't designed as a Western wedding transported to Africa. Boz wanted a traditional Ghanaian celebration rooted in Akan costume. That destination is important. In many Western weddings, almost everything revolves around bride and groom. But Boz has explained that the Ghanaian tradition places enormous importance on the joining of the families and community. So before we even discuss the clothes, we have to appreciate what they represented. This wasn't simply fashion, it was identity. Let's talk about that Kente. Look at Boaz Kente, the jewelry, the sandals she wore. That fashion lover, this is where it gets interesting. Boaz and Keely specially made Kente outfit with reports identifying Goba Kente and Nana Adobie among those behind their traditional clothing. Look closely to Boaz. The richness of the fabric, the structure, the colors, and then all these beautiful golden jewels. Look at it. Nothing about this look whispers. If you followed Boz of any amount of time, you will know that this is exactly why it works. She has never built her style around disappearing. She dresses to be seen. But at this wedding, the boldness had another dimension. It was connected to her Ghanaian heritage. So let's talk about the Kente matters. Look at that fashion, that Ghanaian fabric. This is what I love particularly. Sometimes African textures are treated internationally as simply colorful and beautiful, but Kente is more than a pretty pattern. It carries Ghanaian history, craftsmanship, and culture significance. So when you see Kente at an occasion like this, don't just look at the colors. Look at what the couple is communicating through clothing. Heritage can be luxurious. Tradition can be glamorous. African fashion doesn't have to be Western to become sophisticated. And that is something I want Nora Style Magazine to continue celebrating. Africa. Boz has always used fashion to speak. Even in Housewives, in her corporation appearance, you can see she likes big hair, big. If you're wondering why Boz wedding fashion feels so completely natural for her, look at how she dresses throughout her career. Big hair, makeup. Boz has held major marketing positions at companies including PepsiCo, Apple Music, Uber, and Netflix. Yet she has spoken openly about discovering that trying to make herself fit traditional corporation images wasn't necessarily going to make her fit in. Eventually, she embraced dressing boldly, color, statement, silhouette, natural hair, African black designers. Fashion became part of the way she presented herself to the world. And that's why I think this wedding feels like a continuation in her story rather than the one. Now let's talk about the guests. Everybody received the message, come dressed calm dressed. There were celebrity, business leaders, television personalities, and fashion figures. Tiwa Savage was among the guests. Ashley Graham attended with her husband. Yaya Dakota was there. Elena Waltroth attended, and several Bawaziri housewives, Beverly Hills classmates traveled to Ghana for the celebration. Kylie Richards looked fabulous. Saturn Streck, Kathy Hilton, Jennifer Tilty, and the fashion, they looked gorgeous. Colorful everywhere. Prints, headpieces, sculpture dresses, traditional influences mixed with contemporary silhouettes. This wasn't a room filled with beige. Tiwa Savage, she looked lovely in her pink. So I'll talk about that. If you can take a moment, guys, Tiwa Savage in her bold pink, she commanded attention. This is a perfect example of understanding wedding guest fashion. You want personality, you want elegancy, and you want to celebrate the occasion, but you still want the bride to remain bride. And I think the whole wedding demonstrates something African fashion does exceptionally well. Colorful. Where sometimes told that elegance means neutral, black, cream, beige, navy. You look at this wedding. Orange can be elegant, gold can be elegant, prints can be elegant. Elegant isn't color, it's how the entire look is put together. Like my look is put together. African designers deserve the spotlight. Designers deserve spotlight. This is another reason I'm covering this wedding. African designers deserve this level of intentional attention. When a major celebrity event happens in Ghana, the clothing became part of the worldwide conversation. People begin to ask, who designed that? Where did the fabric come from? Who made that dress? Who created the jewels? That curiosity creates visibility, and visibility matters. African fashion shouldn't only appear intentionally when someone wants an African-inspired moment. The designers themselves deserve recognition. The craftspeople deserve recognition. The culture deserves recognition. More than a celebrity wedding. So look at Boaz and her family, her mom. And underneath all the fashion is something much more personal. This is a new chapter for Boaz. You can see in Real House when she's looking for a child. Her husband, Peter Saint John, died in cancer 2013. Years later, she's entering marriage again. So behind all spectacular clothing, celebrity guests, and beautiful photographer is also a story about moving into another chapter of life. And I think this is worth recognizing, because sometimes people believe that after grief, divorce, heartbreak, or simply getting older, the most exciting chapter of life must be behind them. They don't have to be, or life can be surprising you. Love can return. So you can reinvent yourself. Yes, you can still dress fabulously while doing it. So, as Nora's style verdict, I have the looks I've put down. So, what's your verdict of Badass Mo's Ghanaian wedding? For me, the winner wasn't one individual dress. It was a celebration of culture. Kente wasn't treated as something odd, fashion that needed replacing. African fashion wasn't pushed to the side so that Western luxury can take over. The heritage was the luxury. The craftsmanship was the statement. The culture was the fashion. And that's why this wedding deserves a place in our Celebrity Icon series. So, now I want your opinion. Who was the best dressed? Boaz, Tiwa Savage, or one of the Real Housewives ladies, or another guest? Tell me in the comment, because I want to do a second video ranking some of the best dressed guests from this wedding. And if you enjoy fashion, celebrity style, and African designers and women who aren't afraid of reinventing themselves, subscribe to Nora Style Magazine. Because we are not just looking at clothes here, we are looking at the stories behind style. I'll see you in the next one.